amazingly well on the attack. When it came to the defense, much more shaky. And that's the thing. It's setting up that Neon to
Breach?
now Optic are going to be picking things off on the attack.
What?
So you can almost expect them to try and blitz into the site.
They're talking about
That's
that.
exactly what they're doing right away. Attempting to split in towards the A site. Victor was quick, but now the shift key's being hit. Trying to sneak his way over the wall, giving them space.
How did I already drop frames?
Going away, and Team Liquid, they're coming ahead in almost all of the duels. Victor, though, has he managed
This is a fake
to thread
start.
the needle?
Doesn't really
It
matter.
looks like they're aware of a mid push.
They're not over yet.
Already be here, wrapped around behind them, coming from the bridge. Oh, he's being caught off guard. That angle for Navarra, not expected. So one man is left with a pistol round in his hands. It's FNS. He hasn't even got the spike to play with, though.
Yeah, this is worrying. One thing you can say so far about this Team Liquid side this tournament, yeah, they made it through to the playoffs. I think they have the worst pistol record in the entirety of the tournament.
We're really kind here in NA. We like to give them a couple rounds just to make them like not get totally fucking stumped.
I mean, they have Phoenix on Breeze. Like, let's be real, they're not winning.
I think they always do that. They're trolling.
They keep losing.
They're trolling when they do it, but they always do it.
Well, he did take the space. So
you can literally just play back on a default spot. He flashes, doesn't even hit you.
Maybe some of the
You just sit there.
Down initially. That seems to be the reason for the
Phoenix
change of
flash is
pace,
pretty
losing
annoying,
some
but
extra
I mean,
utility that
there's
must
no
have
way
had a
it's good
plan.
on here.
Now, coming into this round, Optic will need a plan. Only classics to work with. They'll attempt some early aggression, but ultimately they are.
I don't think it's terrible though. On like pop flashes through Phoenix or through Viper walls, I don't think it's awful.
Yeah, but I mean, you just use KO then.
10 seconds of the
well, they have KO, but
true. But I think Phoenix is a little bit better at that, in my opinion. A little bit, but it's the ult, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
You look at the rest of the investments. There's basically.
I mean, you get a free orb T-side every single round.
Breach. Marv is on Breach. That's new, right? I haven't seen that.
Having Ye in those early fights, the headhunter range can obviously help out, but now at 24 HP, he doesn't have.
I haven't seen any teams playing Breach on this.
One shot left in the headhunter as they move to the site. The nade catches Victor. Team Liquid concede no space. I'll give no quarter to Optic to start this out. It's an absolute slaughter. Question is, can Optic find any damage? Can they make it costly? The man they're fighting is a ghost, so they need to look elsewhere to drop some weapons if it's going to have any impact on the next round. And by the looks of it, Tom, there is nothing that Optic can do. Team Liquid 2-0 with a Prime Gaming flawless.
It's impossible to dodge Phoenix Flash? Well, it's not impossible. You just need to protect. You just need to expect it, right?
Optic have played on an
because Phoenix will always flash. You just play anti.
From EMEA. But we were in Copenhagen. Other than Fnatic, the crowd really wasn't that biased. They weren't that favored towards either team. In fact, there were a load of Ye fans sat at the back who were screaming louder than anyone. Oh yeah. This time around.
How many rounds do you think we need T-side? 4? 5?
I think that's going to be something.
I think we'll get like at least 8.
If they can be silenced.
Okay.
If Liquid fall a little bit short.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's
CG. It's CG if we get 8, I guess.
Wait.
See that? You see that shit?
The fuck?
EU's shaking in the presence of NA.
EU on LAN. That's what that is.
Could have been a phenomenal start to the map. Instead, Optic get a chance to recover.
Yeah, he's left down to the Marshal now. Not a whole lot.
He needed a bigger crosshair. My size 12 would have worked well.
Because those headhunters are gone. The position
100%.
of Navarra, though, is interesting. He's got such deep control on B. They've actually been able to stack up somewhat towards this A site, although it seems like the read might be a little bit.
See that? That's a little guy called Diablo.
Performer in this tournament so far.
They got screamed though. Be careful. Oh no. Whoa.
That'd be a big scalp to take, a Viper wall down, but no, he will survive and instead delete Navarra on the other side. With Yumpy having the chance for an opening duel, first blood in the round instead. Optic now have the advantage well and truly in their court. The spike planted, and they will hold back in their post plants. The defuse being tapped baits them into a swing, but the duels are theirs, and the round is 2.
Yeah, clean enough. I think that's the way we'll put it, especially with Scream having a rifle in this round. There was some real danger, and especially with the aggression off of Yumpy. I think Liquid are already showing that they're very much willing to try and get up in the face of their opponents, try and get off to that solid early start.
Is your stream quality on source? Yeah, my monitor's bigger, so 1080p looks terrible. 1080p looks really bad because my monitor is not 1080p. Bigger.
We've discussed this over on the desk. You know, there's ways to see this in both directions. But if Optic take this map, Team Liquid are in hot water coming onto Bind. This is definitely where they want to start strong, and we've seen their bonus round, a little bit of damage. This is where things are really decided, though.
Yeah, an operator already for Yumpy. And look at where Scream has already pushed. He is all the way down mid, spawning so deep within the round. The same can be said for Yumpy. So they're getting so
I'm actually getting a new monitor soon. I can't talk about it though. Soon though.
Ooh, the Molly is pretty helpful too.
Hashtag ad.
And Yumpy has a great teleport to bring him back.
I guess the duration is short as fuck though.
The Phoenix Molly's
That shit
fucking
fitted in like 4 seconds.
garbage. It's so bad.
Wait, how long was that? It was actually 4 seconds or
But
something.
it's OP on this map.
Optic will be committing to this late, except 3 players now starting to shift back towards the spawn. And they didn't make any ground up, but with 55 seconds left, they have to clear so much of the map on the way back. And I think they're hoping that at some point, Team Liquid have pushed up and given them a duel that they can take.
Well, the danger as well is you have to bear in mind that on the other side of things, Navirus still has pretty much all of his utility. He can throw those snake bites down, so the later you run in, the more vulnerable you're going to be going through. He's just double. That couldn't have gone any worse. 30 seconds left for Optic to try and find a way back in.
He waited to catch the lurk for so long. The patience pays off.
Yeah, we're fucked, Shroud.
I mean, that was
You
pretty
hear me?
lucky. That was pretty. They can't get lucky every round.
20 seconds on the clock, spikes down in spawn, and they've got to save.
True.
There's no chance for them to get anywhere near.
He relies on luck. Here in NA, we rely on skill.
And that destroys
Yes, sir.
and dismantles Optic's plans.
Yeah,
See
I
the
think
Rick
they're going
games?
to have to throw in a faster round in the next, because what Team Liquid are currently doing, they're taking a lot of early map control.
Sure, cut it to ranked games, go after left.
I want out. I want every single game.
Really?
So because they're finding that
I think I won 4 in a row.
Am I the problem?
You had Scream still.
I don't know what
holds
happened.
A. They
I think
didn't
it's the
push
mouse.
any of those players
Did you
back
solo or
to any
duo?
of the positions, and because
Solo.
of that, they didn't use any
Okay, that makes
utility.
sense.
So
I win my
you still
solos.
have
I usually
both
lose my
snake bites.
duos.
You do?
30 seconds
Yeah.
left. You can't allow that to happen.
I think there's something
But
fucked about the
Evanes-
duo. Like,
Evanes is someone who's
something's
gonna go down
wrong
very
with the
quickly.
matchmaking system right now. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely will. He will need
That could be it.
3-1
Duo
down.
games seem to be awful.
They give us the
There's
EU
no other
teammates.
explanation.
Yeah, we get EU teammates and duos and solos. It's fine.
Solo, they give us the NA teammates. We can actually
Looks
win.
like we're gonna have a push from both teams in towards middle.
Oh, the stun got him. What?
The trade though, it doesn't come through. Navarre is able to capitalize on another, and Optic again run head first into a brick wall. They've got to pump the brakes, and with a minute 20 on the clock, they've got the man disadvantage. Plenty of time still to work with, but they need to make some sort of an advantage come from that early duel.
But that's the thing. Liquid's reads so far have been fantastic. They had 3 players.
Was that Ye
standing around
spraying?
waiting for a
No.
fast-paced push.
Victor?
second-
Oh, the second guy.
no,
Yeah.
he might
Yeah,
be
the second guy.
Yeah.
It's patient, and actually Demasik, even
His
with the
first
card,
map
he's gonna
nerves,
land
man.
headshot the remaining
That's
2.
true. They always start
Doubling
slow in the
back
first map.
towards that B site. The trap will likely give away the information, while then Yumpy is alone.
It's almost like Optic has to lose first map to win. You know what I'm saying? It's
I know, they
weird.
just want to give the other team a chance.
It's weird.
Target not found, and he
That was the old Sentinel's curse.
Indeed, I think through the wall, perhaps.
First map loss into a series.
Yeah,
now.
I think we lost first map like every single series.
Extra damage, and maybe give an operator over to them. FNS,
Oh.
though, he goes for his own little bit of control, finding his
Damn.
first. But that's where it ends. The clutch for Crashies, the 1v3.
He's got full health,
Time
but
really not on his side. There's still plenty left for Liquid to play with.
He needs to isolate a duel, and he needs to do. He's heard the initial steps. Nice shot on the first. A chance to isolate. Another is going to be.
Oh, accidental jump with the super light? There's no other explanation.
I think he meant to. I think he meant to do that.
I think
he meant to do
it.
it. Crashies in clutch situations, ever dangerous.
This Yappy guy's been on a tear though. Can't do that to him.
Scrape through the
No, surely it was a glitch. We're losing the glitches now.
All they needed was the round win. I
I think if he did the crouch jump instead of like the full jump, yeah, that's too easy.
yeah, you give too much time.
He has to do the crouch one. He crouch jumps.
But it was an accident, you guys think, right?
Yeah. Dude, I mean, at
I don't
first
think it was
it's
an
luck,
accident.
now it's glitches. Like, what else? What's next?
Maybe Yumpy head on.
I don't like this comp, dude. I can't lie. Even if Optic wins, I don't like
and
this
this
shit.
is where we start to see that the fallout.
Like, there's no way you're not
This
running
round,
KO,
Optic
bro.
came so close, but they didn't get the reward, and now pistols in play, light weapons.
I mean,
Oh,
It's the best counter to Neon Wall, bro. You just run it in.
Yeah.
I swear.
you can have a guy in the back holding that, maybe. I guess.
Yeah.
But here it would have been impossible. Yeah.
I'll take it.
But the thing as well, this is
He's got Phoenix ult, too.
It's almost like what I started doing towards the end was just throwing the wall, but not even like running like through the wall. Like
Or even just hold it,
like,
maybe, right?
going to the other side, yeah, or holding, yeah, or I would just hold.
That's not something
Some
that's
motherfucker's gonna come.
And as of right now, there was nobody able to get into the site quick enough behind Victor. Now, bear in mind as well, he was the only person with a gun.
Oh,
Damn, he held his shit down.
Well handled, the pistol now taken.
The hell, it looked like he was holding a shovel. Is there a shovel knife?
Last man alive. He had 5 bullets to start this. Now 4 in the chamber. And it's the chamber of the other side to close it. Only 2 losses for Team Liquid. A 5-1 start on the defense. This is looking scary for North America.
Yeah, and they're going to take a timeout. 5 ultimates online, so much to play with going into the next round. There is, of course, a few on the other side. Tour de Force unlikely to be used, but I'm more looking at that null command. Maybe they run it back to try and just basically discombobulate this next purchase. Because that's the thing you want to do in these sort of rounds. You know that Optic are going to be talking this over. Probably trying to calm things down, because I think a lot of these last rounds, they've been blitzed by individual players, like a collapse shot coming out from Yumpy. There's not so much you can do about that. Scream peeking into the fast lane to just get that opener and ruin your take. You want to try and calm everything. Whereas on the other side, they have an ultimate.
Breach is terrible on Breeze. What are they doing? They have to play to the strength of Breeze, or have to play to the strength of Breach, which is really hard because like then you're kind of predictable. I think that's the problem, right? Like he's not bad, but you just have to. You're very telegraphed. Like if you're not telegraphed, there's no point of him. So they have to just like. They got to start sending it quickly.
That's the thing. Again, I think people have to realize with this composition, the focus isn't necessarily Victor in terms of kills. For sure.
They have a comp that's made for speed, so they need to play like that.
The follow-up hasn't been.
They need to play fast and
really
shit.
difficult to do with this sort of composition.
I would say
I don't fully agree with that A comp, but I see what they're trying to do.
Every step of the way.
It's hard.
Scream's waiting on B in the previous round for them even.
Well, look at Yumpy now. Look where he's going. Deep B control already taken. The knife going to clear a little bit further. He can just go walkabouts. Look how confident Team Liquid are in this space taking. And while the build-up begins on the other side of the map, he can lock down all the way in towards the spawn. This is already such a terrifying prospect for Optic, who don't know how much ground they've lost.
Yeah, this is tough. You still have Scream waiting around here to watch for the mid push. It means Doors is maybe a little bit weakened, but Optic don't know this. They don't know that that's the lighter part of the map, that mid is where the space is free to be taken.
Yo, Victor's fucking crazy. What the hell?
That was so much information garnered on the side of Optic. It's whether or not they can actually capitalize off it. Yay, with that tour de force ready and waiting.
It sucks. They just don't have. They don't have info at all. They can't get info with this comp.
As soon as they go for this execute, Scream's just gonna pop all.
Molly.
Oh.
Scream with the first. They reset to the back of sight.
Yeah, he pops.
Hey, what happens? Oh, yeah, KO ulted?
Yep, KO and then Phoenix ult.
For Optic, no advantages to be gained. Scream, he'll go down in the ult and be caught by Marv. But a 4v2.
He has breach ult if he waits long enough, but.
Oh my god, he didn't see him.
Oh, is he use it? You think he uses it?
Yeah, I don't think he knows though. Oh, use it.
The rolling thunder.
Oh,
Big ult!
Wow. Dude, Crash is good. Holy fuck.
Plant that shit!
And the round might still be up for grabs.
Jimmy.
Oh, fuck.
Can't hold him up like that, bro.
Oh, I love this. Oh, he has a read.
Oh, bro, this guy's on. This guy's on one right now, bro.
Dude, Crash is solid.
It was a good cross. Good to cross there.
That's crazy.
I liked it too.
Like, I knew he was good,
I feel like if it did not work out in his favor at all.
I thought he was gonna sit in between the pyramids and like jump out on the little ledge.
The problem with the ledge though is you can't get down, but yeah, maybe if he sat in between. Because he would have known he crossed, I guess, and then he can just turn around. I don't know, it's tough, man.
Or if you hide in between them and just get lucky, like
looking the right way.
Yeah, like if Jampy like is backside and he like starts looking each side, he thinks he went like deep instead of in between them.
Yeah.
But I mean, you would have to get lucky there, I guess.
It was hard.
Yay with the operator was just leagues above everybody. Now he's got that rifle to play with this time around. I
don't like reach on this map, man. I can't lie.
Find a victim, and with his tour de force last round, he couldn't before it got taken away from him.
I will say, I think second place.
We haven't really seen
Might be right.
The full plan behind it yet, I feel.
Battle of the operator players. Yeah, this buy's a bit.
But the half's coming to an end.
You've also got the overdrive being brought through from Victor, so there is still a lot of potential in this round. Again, though.
Oh, great shot.
Ye has managed to find the space, and now they go into the B side, and it's actually going to be the trade out. It's on to Yumpy again.
Scream was stunned up, gunned up, taken down. Yumpy's got to leave. The side is theirs.
No way, it's a thrifty, right? Well, I guess it
should be a dub. This should be a dub.
The round may just be favored to them. In fact, I think it quite clearly is. Team
Unless this guy goes crazy again.
On the A side. And what a mistake. That now
oh my God, he's gonna do it. Oh my.
Such a tough spot to fight back into, and that's exactly
what.
Even the weakest of weapons becomes so
oh my God.
They're starting to carve a way back in, but the Viper's still to be dealt with. Finesse tucked in the corner with a stinger.
Let's plan it for though. Oh wait.
This is a disaster. I mean, it's Liquid's map pick there.
Why does this shit always happen to Optic the first map, dude?
Alright, Andre, you excited for the stinger buff?
Oh, they're buffing it?
Yeah, I thought I was dreaming. I like woke up in the middle of the night and like went on Twitter on my phone and saw that.
Wait, how are they buffing it?
They're making it the spray more accurate or something. I might have to come back now. I literally bought the stinger like every round when it was OP.
Yeah, me too.
Can see it in their face.
I made the mistake though because I didn't realize the Bucky was even better.
Oh
my God, dude.
Yeah, you remember that?
Bucky meta was ridiculous.
Bro, Vanity literally to land by just using a Bucky. It's crazy.
He used to buy that like every round to you.
Hold on, he's still fighting. Yumpy's down. He's gone. The opening duel for Victor, the space claim. This is what we've been missing for Optic. Now they've got the rifles, but look at the counter push. Team Liquid are up through mid.
Oh.
Swift and FNS.
A little bit of a whiff. Shot.
They're ahead and they're keeping their lead for a moment.
A moment.
Oh.
No way.
Not again, Optic.
There you go.
Not like this.
Well, that's the thing. Ye has at least turned it back into a comprehensible position. The problem is
fucking hard, man.
They're not ready for it.
Damn.
That was hard. That spot.
There is no round at the moment.
I mean, all we need is at least 3 here.
They put themselves into huge
this is fine,
advantages. They catch the aggression. There's just more of it and more of it.
I think we're fine with 1, honestly.
Optic have got to be feeling
I
shut
mean,
down.
maybe.
Coming
Very
out of this
defense-sided
replay,
here.
you'll see the timeout graphic pop up on your screen. I don't think anybody's going to be surprised.
I mean, they have a breach. It has to be defense-sided.
I don't know if they'd call this a cringe.
Nah, bro, I don't know, dude.
Too much good to say about
Actually, it probably will be because they're running Phoenix, right? So like they can't just dash out of the choke or.
I don't know. I'm just on some crazy copium. I actually have no idea what side of his favored.
Like, a lot of his utility has found out the pushes before they've even happened, but also just on an individual level. And that's been the thing with this Liquid squad, is there is not a member of this team that can't take over a game. Like, you focus on Scream, you focus on Yumpy because they're the players that do it more consistently. But when Soulcast hits a peak, when he's in form, they're terrifying. And that's been the case in every iteration of this roster, by the way. This is not just...
What is that keyboard's cable? Oh my God.
We spoke about this composition for Optic.
Dude, it was so fast.
Should be much stronger on the attack. Well, the best they can hope for is 4.
Tom, Optic right now, you're playing against so many disadvantages. The scoreline already miserable, and irrespective of how well rounds have started, they've always been snatched out of their grasp. And then we look over at the crowd. The signs are showing it, but we can hear it loud and clear. And I imagine the bass from the crowd alone can be felt by Optic every time these devastating round losses.
Water-cooled keyboard. Oh, yeah.
They hear their opponents. They hear the crowd celebrating their loss. 7 behind coming into round number 10. An unprecedented scoreline. Here's an opening without even needing to see him. Crashy's on 1, clearing some space for his teammates. They know no one's on
Phoenix
stairs.
is
Now
broken.
they destroyed the trap. As good a start as you could wish for if you're Optic. And then Finesse goes down.
Okay, the trade back from Ye, it gives them so much space. In fact, it's opened up the B site for business. There's only 1 defender at this point. Now, Demastic hasn't really been around this spot. In most rounds, he's been playing towards mid, and Scream hasn't caught the timing. I don't know if they'll check this, and well, it's a little bit whiffy. The trade, though, from Crashies is going to give them another position, and they're actually planting away from the rest of the team. They're almost hoping the rotations come through in another direction, but it does give them a very good plant towards the spawn. And you can see from Scream's perspective, it's like, okay, chances are
this one, come on.
Elsewhere. He's not spotted anyone.
You think so?
Don't laugh like that. Don't laugh like that.
You think so?
It was a worrying laugh.
No!
Oh,
No! One kill already, but time is ticking. You can It's a 2v1
What did you say something, dude? What are you doing?
I don't even think they took any damage.
How are we just losing to glitches, man?
why are we not trying? Why do we want to lose?
They have to defuse the bomb, right? We could just hide in the corner and let them up. Or...
Yeah, stun when the tap comes.
Jumped again.
Stop, Crashy, stop jumping.
Why are we not just hiding in corners? Fuck, man.
It's just insane. The time was even against them. Running the clock down would have won the round, but they pinked one after another.
No, that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
I don't even know what you tell yourself at this point.
Dude.
You don't have a pause to get Chet back in there. To
I know what you tell yourself.
That's just luck, dude. That's honestly just luck.
That's what you tell yourself, because Breeze is looking
And we keep getting the kills, too.
Again. He's got the opener. Even with a Spectre, he's managed to do so much. You're going to see the come through. That Hunter's Fury, but it's garnered nothing. Again, space has been made towards this B side. They're pulling.
What the heck just happened?
Almost every single
I don't know.
The early round is good. The mid round is getting so it's getting messy as fuck every time. Yeah.
Free as can be.
That's where the KO shines, you know, like a late dagger or something. Let's
God damn.
Like fuck, man. Like, what are you gonna do with Breach? Like, just RNG stun something, or you know, like?
This is NA's. This is Optic's.
I hope they're there.
Finally found. I don't think anybody's going to be jumping up to see where they are this time around. But the thing for Team Liquid, you know, there's no way they're going to save at this point. They have more than enough money going in here to see if they can steal another one away. And that duel starts it out well with Crashy's gone. But Ye's still here, still dueling.
Time as well.
And
the
now,
main thing is the time.
You can't get rid of three players, excuse me, this quickly.
Oh, you'd hope not. Soulcast at least making things a little bit more costly and just looking to try and fight this through.
God damn it, they couldn't let us get the round win with some fucking survival. You have to kill everyone?
But again, there seems to be no clean and easy rounds for Optic. A second on the board, though.
If we get 3, it's over.
Wait, I looked down. They all died?
They all died, but they won.
Wait, what?
I don't know, man.
What is happening? Oh my gosh!
All the way through this game, 15-5. I think this is by far the best performance we've seen from him in a long time.
Surprises us again and again, going back to the first strike days to now.
You better hope they don't get drug tested after this shit.
This guy's reinvented himself more times than I can count. Look at this from Team Liquid right away. I see Yumpy up close. I see him going in with an operator in hand, looking for a duel, and on the other side, Ye was contemplating the peak. His tour de force ready.
Oh, he killed the other guy.
There's Ye's response, though. He was ready to
if he didn't jump, I think he gets out.
They were hoping for a push, maybe a little caught off by how aggressive it was.
Yeah.
But now they might just get themselves to sight.
9-3.
I think Marv was getting his ult, too.
Is Optic even trying? Like, we all know they're disbanding after this from the George tweet.
He goes down because of it. Ye looking like he might have
They probably don't even care.
In this matchup, and every peak is punish. It has taken a long time for Optic to get into the rhythm of things, even losing rounds from such advantages, but this one is looking strong.
At long last, we're starting to see
not a fucking word, people.
Today, but,
he's missed him. He's missed him.
Not a word still.
Absolutely.
All right, surely this one is like 9-3, right?
Already closed out. Scream faced with a
Kind of the half they wanted, I think, right?
After that kill,
Shit.
at least.
Hey, he has ult.
Oh shit! Time to defuse.
Go and pop your ult right here.
And just look at where Victor currently is. Like, he's so far in the back lines that there is absolutely no shot that.
Oh shit! The util is good, dude.
It took a very long time for Optic to finally grind out a couple of rounds. They had their
I
opportunities.
called the 3.
They had their
It's over.
chances. And I'll be honest
Get
with you,
pistol.
Mitch,
GG.
What are some good strats from detilting from the sort of format too? Honestly, what I've learned over the years is you play your best when you don't care. As weird as that is, the more you put like the more you put emotions behind your playing, the worse you are.
Anyway, so.
And it's hard to do that. It's hard to not care. Like, it's really hard to not care.
That's what Chet said to them.
But if you could do it, it's insane. Like, if you could be emotionless and truly not care, you will be so good. But it's just so hard to do that. Because we're human, man. We're fucking passionate. We're emotional.
For Team Liquid here, boys, and I think let's just start out of the gate and talk about one of the players that we kind of have to put a spotlight on here, because we're seeing him on the Neon. It's Victor and Bryn. This has not been playing out the way that they thought it would.
No, I think that this comp, the experiment of the Neon, hasn't been working for them. And we're highlighting Victor here as the player because listen, the stats aren't the greatest in the world, but he has been trying to do his job. The missing element has been really him being traded properly, because he's been creating space. But look at this, he gets an opening and there's no trade in play. The rest of his team just falling over behind him with not being able to capitalize off of this space. And this is happening in multiple occasions, multiple scenarios where Victor is running in and trying to get value out of the Neon, but the team just isn't quite coordinated enough to follow up on it.
Yeah, I mean, even from the outset in the pistol round, okay, Marv gets picked first. He's playing the breach. You need that breach to set up for these entries. It's no big deal. It's just a pistol round. They'll get it together. They'll be able to play it out, execute on these strategies. Nope, we're not seeing it. Yeah. We were wondering, how practiced is this comp? How much time did they have to prepare for this? Did TL have a read on it, etc.? Right now, it's looking like TL had all of the information because they are countering this with little to no effort.
Yeah, well, looking forward here, right? It's going to be Team Liquid on the attack, and let's see what they could do because, this composition with the Phoenix can be beneficial to them because it's just Scream, and Scream pulls it off. Yeah. But also, it just feels like everyone on Team Liquid are just snapping heads.
I think it's going to be really difficult for Optic to come back into this one, especially when Team Liquid are now starting to pick up pistol rounds as well. If you look at the attack side win rate there, that's the important element as well. I don't want to get too in the weeds with it.
Is NA really the best? Yeah.
It's historic as well over the course of this tournament with their attack side.
We have been for years.
Great, but it's enough to carry them over the finish line when they've got a 9-3 scoreline currently at the half.
He's cosplaying as Viper's ult.
Oh, that does make sense. That does make sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
This is looking really difficult, I think, for Optic to even bring back in this map, but I want to put in the back of people's heads as well. Listen, Optic are an incredibly experienced team. The next two maps coming up for them as well are also very good maps for them off the back of it. They're not really a team to get rattled by a loss in momentum.
All right, well, let's send it back over to Mitch and Tom to break it all down in the second half.
Tom, I saw the signs in the crowd, and one in particular caught my eye. It had Team Liquid as a normal character, and of course, Optic.
Wow, that's a hell of a stat, no?
Down right now, they're looking like
1 in 10 against EMEA teams.
All-time record on maps against EMEA, against a tier 1 region. They don't really stack up most of the time, and right here, this is miserable. They've stumbled through the first half.
You think Simple will eventually transition to Valo when his CS days are over? I don't know. Probably not, honestly.
Wow.
Welcome to NA, bitch!
Yeah, actually.
It doesn't look
you think we were trying first half? You're goddamn right we were, but things didn't go our way.
He's been sublime, but he would need
now the game begins.
Individual skill to take that one home. A 4th round, a lifeline for Optic, and I would also like to agree with what Brad said.
That's the biggest ranked NA play I've ever seen, bro.
One of the most.
It's gonna have to be this whole half, right? With this comp.
Right now.
Yep.
That's how you have to play this,
I think so.
Maybe not like that crazy, but
I just don't know how deep the playbook is with the breach Neon.
It pays for them to overdo it and over-aggress and just try and close out the game quickly, because sometimes that's enough to pump their players up. But it also has the counterpoint to let teams back into the game. So they just have to be a little bit careful here that they don't overdo it.
With the insta-B main drone.
Look, I don't want to say the wind is an Optic sail after a pistol. It's more of a gentle breeze right now.
Yeah, the
oh
sail's
my God.
at least up now.
Yeah, down. If it's up, you're not going to catch any wind with it. I played Sea of Thieves, Tom, like I told you on that boat.
Sorry.
I know how it works.
I didn't realize we had a sailing expert alongside.
Well, you should have after our fantastic trip around Copenhagen.
Yeah, we didn't die. A couple of times.
We didn't die, and we didn't sink, and that's all that matters. Tell you what, though, can't say the same for Yumpy. He's dead right at the start of this round. And Marshall for Ye putting in some work right off the bat, and I think Scopes on this man defensive side. That if anything's going to pull Optic out of it, it's him.
That's the thing. I think compositionally,
isn't Tarek EU? I don't know.
Victor,
is he?
He's going to be.
I don't think so.
When it comes to the defense, so you'll have a whole.
That's like saying I'm EU. I'm not EU.
for Team Liquid to try and deal with. Now, in the early stages of this round, they've looked to try and farm up some extra ults onto Scream. Of course, that is going to be a big part of this attacking side. Try and get that run it back online as much as possible.
He's Turkish. I mean, I'm Polish, but I'm not. I'm not EU. You know.
You're looking at Soulcast. Can he do any level of damage? And Navera's actually got one with the classic.
Fantastic start. They know exactly where Finesse is. Dealing with it's another story. He's got the shields to work with, and the walled up was blocking out his opponent. Marshall presents some danger. These players need to be careful, but with 10 seconds left, Solkas needs to die. He's going to go running in, sprinting. Ye will be forced to drop the weapon, leaving him with a bit of cash for the next round at least. Team Liquid 9-5 as they pull out a bye round. This is where Optic face their biggest challenge yet.
Yeah, and this is where I want to see what the plan really is on the defensive side. Like, are they going to try and, again, put more into the setups between Marv and Victor? I feel like Marv in this sort of role, I think it's the trouble we have for them on both this map and on Icebox, is that you don't really have the conventional smoker, so he...
What are they saying? Let's go who?
Better performances. He needs to be setting up
I'm not
players
sure.
like Victor to try and do some
they're saying
damage in
TL.
the early stages of the round. It does look like they're both watching in towards Cave.
Look at Finesse. We're going for a little bit of aggression here, and it's a great bait. I mean, we saw this, the breakdown earlier on Pearl. Round relied on very much the same thing, where Finesse was just tucked in a corner while the rest of his teammates were baiting out for him.
Oh my gosh.
Delivers
That's
with
nasty.
The and now their set on this they've spotted Scream. He was a second away from sneaking behind and ripping this round apart, separating Optic.
Wait.
Instead,
yes.
might just get the reward he's been waiting for. Trigger discipline, not
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Still comes out with a double.
Yeah, that's huge.
I don't hate that either.
Done and already a tag connected onto Scream. This round is looking at
two tags.
He gets another one
Oh, he's
going
fucking
down
healing.
as well. A small amount.
Cringe, yeah.
Ah, damn it.
He's a cringe.
That character's OP.
You know what's crazy though? It didn't even heal him to full.
It healed him like 30.
That needs a buff, bro.
Look at that. Look at that shit.
Yeah, what a big round to win, actually.
It's not over.
It's over. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it's over. It's over. It's not.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Only man with a weaker weapon, and he is playing back indoors.
Look at that, bro. Look at them go, bro. Look at that jiggle.
I know you're
dude.
nervous.
Look at that jiggle. I love that shit. I love when they move like this.
Well handled by Optic, a beautiful round, and Finesse, the point man of that, the patience down below, and the lack of overextension elsewhere. If Victor falls, if Scream manages to sneak his way through, this round falls apart, but they had their bases covered.
No, I really
Crowd is real quiet.
Obviously putting into position Ye to just find some of these crazy shots, but also using him to almost bait for FNS, like just have him more.
Crowd's confused. Like, what the fuck's going on? We're supposed to lose that.
Now, those trap plays definitely going to be more difficult to recreate, but to win them in a bonus round has so much value. And the finances they've already gained, like, you're going to have a Ye on an operator already within this match, and that in itself is dangerous.
Well, the reality is right now, Tom, Team Liquid, who are in a commanding position, 9-1 up, now forced to call a timeout. That round lead reduced down to 3. And at this point, they're even coming into this on an eco.
Oh, Guild X are in the building. Okay. We got Ness.
We do.
One of the best Turkish players you're ever going to see play the role. So.
Oh, you know Ness? Have you done some videos on that?
Wait, this is not over yet. I don't think anyone thought it was over. No?
Oh.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
9-3 is a pretty good half.
Can't be that good, in your opinion.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Tom, you're actually speaking.
Now, if you win the pistol and you get 9-3, that hurts.
I get it.
That hurts bad. If you win pistol and get 9-3, that hurts bad. But losing pistol, 9-3 is like whatever.
Like they hadn't got a hope in hell. All of a sudden, off those early rounds, they're right back into the rhythm. The question, as the rounds go on, defensive side, this comp can be difficult to deal with, but for now, they're setting their sights one step at a time. They don't want to look too far ahead. This round has a massive amount of advantages for them.
Yeah, I think the main thing here for Liquid is just going to be try and get some ult orbs. Soulcast not far away from the null command. Run it back will be guaranteed as well for the next round. So maybe farming.
We get thrifted here, no? I think so.
Yep. Yeah, me too.
We kind of have to, right?
So Optic still have to be a little bit careful. You can see already some early utility being expended. Just to
Keep
try
their
and make
confidence
sure that
high
that
just to
space
crush
is
them.
gonna be
Like,
guarded elsewhere. And actually, they're leaving mid very much open just because they can hold it from.
Oh my God!
Positions now they have the operator.
It's like a fish in the water.
Had Navera put down that poison orb right down in mid, stopping anybody from taking that swing out, canceling out an angle. I like
interesting drone.
Didn't make it.
I don't know what was going on there, but.
A bunch of ranged fights to get to that site.
Oh
the thing
shit!
is, you can't miss. Luckily, it's Ye standing watching.
He's literally got no info.
Should be able to help out on the speed push.
But that's the thing as well. Crashies is, other than when he's jumped, he's been very, very good. And actually, that dart has missed. That's a pretty big problem. They've still taken quite a bit of space.
Diablo.
He's going to be able to connect. Bear in mind, he can't escape at the moment,
Well,
but maybe
wait.
he doesn't need to.
Wait.
The trade is through, though. Actually, not too bad. And Victor's got to be careful. He's now stuck.
Victor!
Oh, you need a phantom there, man. You're playing Neon with a Vandal. You're fucking up. No!
One step at a time, I said.
Oh,
Instead,
shit.
I love NA. I love watching them play.
Oh, shit.
Demasic on the back of the site, but he is just distracting.
What is that
He's
flash?
jumping around. He's trying to make some noise.
No!
Okay. That wasn't what I thought he was trying to do, but go
You sure, bro? You did this.
I mean, dude, I told you it was gonna happen. It's part of the plan. It's part of the plan. Relax.
You're right.
Keep their confidence high to crush them.
Snatched out of their hands.
I feel like if
mean,
Ye would have
Optic,
just stood still instead of doing
talk
the
about
AD
being
there,
mentally
probably would
boomed.
have killed
I
like
don't
2.
know how they can keep themselves
Bro, it's
even-
honestly, it's looking like Marv's playing Breach with like not a lot of experience with Breach. Is that weird?
Trying to catch them off guard and almost get back.
I think that
100%.
blast is a miss.
No, he missed the flash too. He missed his whole kit.
Really?
Literally his whole kit. He missed that round.
Just too much of a risk.
There's just no way that you have an ample amount of reps playing even Breach on this map specifically.
Yeah, there's literally no way they practiced this very much,
Absolutely
right?
beautiful. That man has become a part of the game. As Team Liquid use up the Viper's ult, the pit down on A site. We've seen this. Sorry, Optic, excuse me. We saw it from Team Liquid in the previous half, and Optic's response was to go into
tough,
the B
man.
site
It's tough.
quite quickly. Team Liquid seem to have a similar idea. Whether it's the Viper's pit or not, you have a trap outside of the A site, and the entirety of TL is waiting to blitz onto B. This is a big challenge coming Victor's way, and a round that Optic so desperately need.
Where did that orb go? What the fuck? It's not on the map.
Remaining as well. So delaying them is not going to be particularly easy. Quick rotation will be available from Crashies. Ye now actually pushing all the way back towards the tube. But I think they've got a bit of a misread on this scenario, and they're going to need him.
Oh, big stun, no?
Almost pop off already, though. I think he actually managed to stun up Scream while using the run it back. So he's actually not going to get much ground whatsoever. Slow.
Whoa! You can't do that with a Vandal.
Just absurd.
Good
Nope.
response by Crashies. Can he make it out? The spams are coming for him. They can't see, but they light him to 76 anyways, and his steps are heard.
just take it.
Never heard him too. That was weird.
What?
And they're looking for more, but that
Oh, he
cost
ran into
Ye
one?
his
No, he
life.
got caught.
His teammates nowhere nearby to get the trade. The roaming op deleted, and what
Oh
can
my
Optic do?
gosh.
Make it lose.
This
One
Dimasic
man
guy's just
after
taking
another.
1v1s.
Finesse, the final hope for Optic to take this buy round to avoid their economy going into the dirt, and Team Liquid knocking on victory's door. 11-6, 2 more. They're looking untouchable on the
Getting a little ugly. Getting a little ugly.
Map that regionally was pretty strong for them, even in the previous tournament, looked pretty decent. But yeah, I honestly, like, there's been a lot of moments in this game where I just look at what has happened to Victor and I feel bad for the guy. Because that is just unfortunate. They did so well to slow down
Gilbert.
that ult, and just with
Welcome.
the last second he gets
If you're
done.
there.
Victor's playing well.
Yes.
He plays 9 and
Ray
14
right there, and I
when he
just
starts,
wanted to
like,
get up
1
and go
and
grab
6.
more coffee.
Every duel he was just on his own trying to create space.
Oh, was
getting
it?
down, getting
How much
caught.
coffee? How much coffee you drink, Jordan?
So close screen, ready for this.
Anywhere from
grab the
0
kill,
to 2
the flash
cups.
is ready. The space
Not enough.
being
Got it.
contested by Optic, but no reward
Not enough for
their
what I'm
troubles.
watching.
Jordan, why the fuck are we
Actually,
losing?
it's a weird one. Tour de force for Ye.
You guys
That's
might have the
maybe the
answers.
I think that's
I'm
one of
just a
the reasons they've
spectator.
actually invested into this round. And actually, they're going to throw out the Rolling Thunder as well. But the Hunter's Fury on the other side is going to make
To whom
sure
is he
there's
ulting?
nobody really pushing upon this. It has, however, bought a lot of time for rotation.
That was a scared Rolling Thunder, though. A man sat on site.
Oh,
like-
big
Victor in
shockies.
hand. That shock dart did damage. It almost took Solkus down, but he'll survive and go back into the plant. Easy to take him down with
Big
the
spam.
There's no way you let a guy have
Oh,
a
no.
there.
Still Optic. Man disadvantage.
So
Viper's
close.
bit to fight into.
Was.
The spike has not yet
Just
been
hold,
planted.
just hold.
They need to get to work
Just
on
keep
that.
shooting.
5 on the clock. And the spams from Scream.
You guys are close.
Another
Wait
kill
for the top,
fancy.
man.
on the back foot, and the
Oh.
odds ever increasing.
What the fuck?
in Team Liquid's
Oh.
favor. A big push though.
What is going on?
Still wait for the tap and then spam. What are they doing, bro?
Dude, that fucking thrifty is bullshit. Can we replay that?
I don't think they kind of have to get spammy a little bit because Phoenix, right, and KO. I think I don't think they could predict the pop out.
Yeah. It's a map that they were confident on.
Well, he had
Phoenix
nothing,
comp,
apparently.
and I'll be honest with
Did KO have anything?
the last time we saw it.
Probably, honestly. They
But
probably-
KO
they
died
definitely
actually.
had
KO died.
Somebody had to
right?
have had
I think he's
something.
necessarily been the focal point.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think KO
did
died
die.
planning.
KO died
Yeah.
planning.
One of the best performances.
They probably didn't know though that.
Yeah, it's pro- yeah.
Throughout this tournament so far, and a few people missing. Marv, someone we mentioned at the beginning of the day, still not really here.
Oh man, this guy is on
Be
one
clear
right now,
from the
bro.
start, this crowd is on Team Liquid's side.
So we're faking a
And now
comeback.
they get loud to
Easy.
push up close. Marv is good and finesse through the wall. A fantastic trade for Optic. A recovery on an early stumble, and look at the spot. Yay tucked in, ready for
Nice,
one,
TP.
TPing out, keeping the
thought he
advantage
was gonna get greedy
into
there.
NA's cord. That peak from Finesse, though, has come at a heavy cost.
Shock darts might actually be able to do a lot of damage.
My God, man.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
This guy's actually on one too.
Left.
Oh, what is this?
Left. Left. The thing working?
No, this is the bait.
Any idea of where
Oh,
he's going to be?
no.
The first kill is free, and now Sokas.
Yeah!
Okay.
This time,
12-6 we've seen here. Seen this before.
Dude, that
been here
Sogo
before.
was brief though. Like, there's no way.
You wanted to get it off before the game ends. I do it all the time.
You actually
I ain't leaving this game without using this fucking ult.
Where he can catch players off guard. I think Ye's been doing well in some of these duels, but honestly, Crashy seems almost like the focal point for me. He's been in so many of these clutch scenarios and delivered or come so close, and I think represents a large number of the rounds on the board for Optic.
Yeah, and to be honest, if they were closer in this game, it probably would have been from him winning like a 1v2 or something. Yes. Look at the pace, though. Straight through. Joke's over. It's down actually.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna get the run it back through mid. Never mind. He's actually changed his
Oh
mind. He
my
wants to hunting
goodness.
For Ye instead, forcing
Oh
him
my
back.
gracious.
Nobody gets nothing. It could be a cruel mistress
What the
at
fuck?
times, and Yumpy already.
Oh, they're just
fuck's
dropping
going
like
on,
flies,
man?
bro. We didn't even see how they're all dying. They just drop
Ye
like flies.
and Marv, both on the
Whatever.
same side,
Didn't even want this
already
map.
Marv is
Oh,
gone.
this is their map pick.
It's not over.
Who has managed to find two?
you just said it's not
So
over.
weird, like you just wouldn't think
Father.
Phoenix would get that much value, but
Wait.
Hold on. Wait.
I lose something.
Wait.
He actually has a chance in this.
Oh my god.
We didn't
I would've
win.
taken good there.